All right, the meeting will come to order. Would you call roll for us, please?
Mr. Lamar,
Present.
Ms. Conley,
Present.
Mr. Benjamin, Ms. Lear,
Present.
Dr. Vial.
Present.
Thank you. If you will, let's all stand. We'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. Ms. Conley, would you lead us, please?
Yes.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for just a moment of silence. All right, thank you. You may be seated. All right, first on our agenda is a presentation from Arlington Chamber of Commerce. Yes, ma'am, come ahead.
Thank you. I have just a brief statement to read, and let me give my apologies. Will Lowe's, the Chamber Board President, wanted to be here, but he's attending a family funeral in Missouri, and Bob Wilson has been at Crave all afternoon assisting with the efforts there. So I'll just represent all of us tonight. Briefly, in the Chamber's continuous commitment to workforce development with our high school students, I'm pleased to present this check, fake as it is, for $13,000 to ACS for enhancement of the cybersecurity lab at Arlington High School. There's a growing demand in the business community for cybersecurity professionals, and by the year 2021, there will be approximately 3.5 million unfilled cybersecurity jobs across the globe. Cybersecurity is the one field that supports almost every other digital resource and digital platform in the world. To meet this demand, Arlington Community Schools, as part of the district's Academy of Engineering and Innovation, features a cybersecurity major. ACS has purchased the beginning stages of the Marcraft Cybersecurity Essentials Package, Labs 1 through 4. Labs 5 through 8 of Concepts and Practices remains unfunded, and the Chamber's grant funds will be directed to this program to complete the materials for this course of study. These labs focus on infrastructure security, local host security, and local network security. Once the lab is built out, ACS will be one of the only high schools in the state of Tennessee that features a fully functional interactive cybersecurity practice lab. The Chamber applied for this grant through the Memphis Economic Development Growth Engine, EDGE, as you hear it referred to in the news, and was awarded the funds for this workforce development project. Each year, the Chamber directs a portion of our grant funds from EDGE to ACS. In making this gift, the Chamber is pleased to support the Arlington Education Business Partnership. And Ms. Tammy, could we
Yes.
have a...
That's really cool.
Yes, I just want to, as the board members know, and many of our staff and some of the audience may not know, Tanya Howell in the Chamber has worked with us very closely over the last several years, not only with funding opportunities for some of our programs, but as well as working with the businesses, helping us get opportunities for internships for our kids. And she continues to be an integral part of our school system and assisting us bridging that gap between education and our business community. Along with the EDGE grant, EDGE that helps fund through the Chamber, we are always on top of her priority list. She is our go-to person to call as we're looking at our career and technical programs. So I just want to say, on behalf of the high school and our school district, thank you so much, Tanya, you personally for your time, and also the Chamber for sponsoring many of our programs that we have at Arlington High School. We are better because of you and our Chamber, so thank you.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Really, really awesome. Thank you, thank you. We will move ahead to citizens' comments. We have a couple, so I'll call your name if you'll come up and state your name. What do we do? State your name and name and address. Okay, yeah. If you'll state your name and address, you can come to the podium. We'll give you a couple minutes to address this. So first will be, is it Cherie Mott? Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah.
Hi, my name is Cherie Mott. My address is 3012 Bramblebush Lane, Lakeland, Tennessee. I'm coming this evening to comment on Mathia. It's a curricula that is an enhancement. It's supposed to be an enhancement for Algebra 2, geometry, different math courses at the Arlington High School. My child is an 11th grader. This past weekend, she took her second ACT test. We were hoping that having been exposed to a half year of Algebra 2, it would help improve her grade because her previous test, she had had no Algebra 2 as of yet. The Mathia curriculum that has been implemented, a lot of students are failing. If they're not failing, they're struggling at best. My daughter right now is struggling to keep a C in the classroom, and she has an excellent teacher. But the curriculum itself, I do not know if the teachers were consulted when this was purchased or even if they were trained. But students' parents are calling and talking to the school and being addressed to send their students to Stripes or to tutoring. There's a waiting list for tutoring, so there is no tutoring. But when my daughter is actually involved in doing things with the curriculum, as far as Mathia is concerned, her grade will drop. When she's doing other aspects of Algebra 2, her grade rises. So it's teetering constantly. I really wish I wish that the administration would look at the students' grades overall and really see what kind of a problem they're dealing with, because it's a huge problem. It's not just a handful of students. I'm concerned because this is going to affect their ACT scores overall. It's going to affect whether or not they can get scholarships. 11th grade year in math is huge. And when this many students are having this type of a problem with a curricula that's supposed to be considered an enhancement, it's not an enhancement, it's a detriment. I really feel like if the teachers were brought on board to help, I'm so sorry, were to be brought on board to help make the choice for this curriculum, then, and trained for it, I don't even know if that happened, then we would have a better outcome overall. But it really needs to be addressed before we get into that second half of the year, because I know money's been spent on this, and I know probably whoever spent the money doesn't want to waste the money, but the problem is our kids don't need to be shuffled to the wayside because the choice wasn't great. I looked at the website for Mathia. It isn't user-friendly. There aren't any study helps or homework help on their website. They're given hints, which is the answer to some of the questions so they can move forward, but it doesn't teach them how to do anything. Lately, when they put in the answer, then they're being told the answer is wrong. So there's also problems with their website. They're stating on the website that they have been award winning. I don't know what those awards are, and it would really be nice to know what other schools have used this curriculum successfully. We really need a change before we go into that second half of the year. I know a lot of parents have talked to different people at the school. I think Ms. Penny is supposed to be addressing this with the administration and promised something would be done by the beginning of the January. I'm here tonight just hoping that really happens, because I don't want my child to have a wasted 11th grade year for math. And there's a lot of parents out there, and I know we have great teachers. And who wants to go to school to teach math to kids, and then your kids are failing? Nobody wants that. So I just really feel like if we put our heads together and hurried up and made some other choice, because I know we have to fall under whatever the state rules are for Common Core or what have you. There's things that we have to do, but the district is responsible for picking out the curriculum. And we just need a better choice than this, because the kids are really struggling. And that's what I had to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Will you come and will you give us your phone number just so we can follow up with you?
Give it to Ms. Gore.
You give it to Ms. Gore right there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next, Katie Richards.
So this wasn't planned, but we're on the same topic. So there you go. I'm not sure if you're aware, but there's a serious math curriculum problem at the high school, and I'm so gonna hold it together.
Oh, yeah, will you give us
I'm
your
sorry.
Name, give us your name and address before you
Oh,
start.
sorry.
That's okay.
Katie
Take a minute, take a
Richards. It's 4935 Bending Creek Cove in Arlington. So, there's a curriculum problem at the high school with math. It was evident early in the year, and I've spent time trying to figure out what is wrong. I've spoken with students, teachers, tutors, administration, all to try to help my son. The curriculum is a Carnegie Learning product for Algebra 1, 2, and Geometry, and it includes a digital lesson book, a printed workbook, and a companion software program called Mathia. The curriculum has both teachers and students frustrated, which comes from the confusion inherent in the curriculum. Tears have been shed by my son and other students, and in a parent-teacher conference, my son's geometry teacher admitted she's as frustrated as the students are. A major problem with this curriculum is that the math is taught out of order. Carnegie touts this as a feature, but that's illogical. Math concepts build on each other. Teachers are not allowed to teach the basics of the subject, but have to follow Carnegie's approach of dumping students into the middle of the subject without a foundation. That out-of-order approach to geometry has students lost, frustrated, confused, and not able to understand the basics of the subject. My son was so confused that we had him do Khan Academy's unit on the basics of geometry over fall break. So we didn't even get a fall break. And while this helped him understand the basics, he's still lost because the curriculum is disjointed. Another problem, teachers spend very little classroom time teaching. Class time is used to do Mathia assignments and deal with tech problems. Students must complete Mathia assignments without being taught the Mathia topics, and the time to complete one assignment averages 3 hours. Times that by 24 assignments just this quarter. And it's only worth 15% of their grade. Several people have told me what is on Mathia is not on the test. Students find out what's going to be on a test only when given a teacher-produced study guide a few days before the test, and then the students must go home, try to learn the tested topics on their own. Why are we spending class time and homework time on something not being tested on the end of course exam, on Tennessee Ready, on the ACT? There are many other problems that I don't have time to go into, but math is math. It's paper and pencil, it's practice. It's learning step by step, it's teachers teaching. Arlington students and teachers are in dire need of help and relief from Carnegie's math curriculum. Please do not brush this situation off as growing pains or resistance to change. Please help our students instead of gambling with their future. And I would stay for the whole meeting, but I have to go help the orchestra, the middle school orchestra. I'm gonna go play the piano. So, thank you. You want me?
Give her your phone number before you leave. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Coach Sheen.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. We will move ahead to approval of agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Ayes have it, and motion passes. We'll move ahead to chairman's report. I only have just one thing today. We got a chance to go to a breakfast this last week with some staff, which recognized Arlington as one of the top workplaces in Shelby County. It was a really cool thing to get to go to and see and be with businesses and other school systems in the city. It was really a nice distinction that that the school was recognized for, and so it was well put on. It's nice to see Arlington get recognized like that. We all know it's a good place, but when other people are recognizing it as well, it was a really nice thing. You have anything to say about that?
No, I just want to echo that. It was, and thank you, Mr. Lamar was there with us as well, representing the board. The survey was voted on by our employees, and so that's what gives it more meaning. And right at about 90% of our employees participated in that. And so this is the second consecutive year that our district has won that, something that we will continue to strive for. So I just want to say that we have the best employees around, and they work hard, they work tirelessly for our kids, and I also concur as an employee that it is certainly a top workplace.
Good, awesome. We'll go ahead to superintendent's report.
Yeah, I have just a couple things today. Several of you may know I've been in a meeting all day and have been kind of managing it via text message and one short call, but of the accident that happened at Crave. My understanding is that there was a vehicle that went through the windows there. We did have several of our high school students in Crave at that time. 2 of our students were injured and transported. But good news is that they are going to be fine. Nothing is life-threatening. We do have several kids that were in there are quite shooken up. I have spoken with Mr. Duncan. He has I've gotten with Miss Douglas, and we're gonna have counselors there in the morning just for those kids that may have witnessed being there. You know, imagine being in a restaurant studying with your friends and all of a sudden something like that happening, very traumatic. So we are prepared for those kids in the morning to receive them and help them. So please keep not only our kids, but the other people, there were other people affected as well besides our students, in our thoughts and prayers, as well as Lena, the owner of Crave as well. So just wanted to mention that and share with the board what the information that I have regarding that incident. I also do want to suggest to the board that either we talk about tonight or perhaps we can manage it via emails, but I would suggest that as budget season is coming up, that we have in the past had a retreat in either late January or early February to discuss potential budget priorities, as well as an opportunity for me to give an update to the board on our strategic plan. And so whatever, Mr. Chairman, is the best way to do that. If we want to send dates out, if we want to talk about the dates now, I'll just defer that to you.
Why don't we send something out so that we can give a chance to look through our calendars and things, and that way, rather than kind of off the cuff here, we'll get a chance to do that. So maybe you can send us something out, that'd be great.
And lastly, I do want to say that we, each of you had at your seats when you came in a little happy, and that is on behalf of the district. I've always said that we have the best school board around, and hopefully we try to make sure as we're selecting gifts for you all that when you go out in the world, people will know where you come from and who you represent. So Mr. Lamar is being a model for one of those gifts. So that is just a small token at this time of the year of giving and thoughts of those that we love and cherish from our district, to say thank you for what you do for us, what you do for our district, and what you mean to our students and teachers and employees.
Thank you.
Ooh, yeah.
This is wonderful.
That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
I love it.
Ooh, yeah.
I love these kind of this. Good luck to everybody. Archie, tell us.
That's what I'm talking about. I love those.
Nice, aren't they?
Excellent choice.
With a new logo, yes, yes.
Excellent choice.
And with that, that concludes my report.
Thank you. We will move ahead to financial report, Ms. Roberts.
The October 2019 financial report, general fund had revenues of $9.7 million and expenditures of $12.9 million. Nutrition fund had revenues $352,223 and expenditures of $330,662. Federal and discretionary grants had revenues and expenditures of $642,770. CIP had revenues of $403,600 and expenditures of $202,403. The Interlocal Health Benefits Plan Asset Trust Report, October 2019, year-to-date revenues of $22.8 million, year-to-date expenses of $13.7 million, beginning balance $78,000, and ending balance of $9.1 million. And that concludes the financial reports.
Thank you, Ms. Roberts. Interlocal Health Trust Report.
She just did.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry,
did
missed that
that.
part of it. With TLN,
The only thing is the invitation you just got. We finally got a date for our legislative breakfast. Always said that this is one of the most important things we do. Also, if anyone has had the opportunity to sign up for the new and improved X Day on the Hill. I got a kind of quick look at the agenda, and it looks like it's definitely going to be well worth attending. So, encourage everyone to attend that. Hopefully, learn a little bit about how to deal with legislators. We'll see what the season brings, but
It
But it's-
could be interesting.
could be interesting. It certainly was last year, but make every effort to attend this in particular. And then I believe it's the 17th maybe of February. Yeah.
Yeah.
17th and 18th. So look forward to seeing you guys at both of those events. You may know that our agenda was printed last time, was all approved. We got copies at the retreat. Hope you had a chance to hand those out. If not, please do so. And I know that Canada General Council has been really busy doing stuff, but hopefully those things got sent out to our legislature. Excellent. Awesome. That is all.
Thanks, sir. We'll move forward to the consent agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Have a motion?
I'll second.
And a second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. The ayes have it, motion passes. Move ahead to miscellaneous budget items, 9A, Superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our first item up is our monthly amending of our 2019-2020 budget. You will see that there are minimal amendments this month. And again, just to remind the board, this is money being moved from within the same category. And so with that, it is my recommendation to approve Resolution 2019-26.
So moved.
Second.
Heard a motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. The ayes have it, the motion passes. We'll move ahead to business recommendation action, 10A, Superintendent.
Yes, I think myself as well as the board is really excited about this item. We've been discussing this project for a while. It's been on our capital plan. I have kept you up to date on where we were in the process of selecting a contract management company for our new indoor athletic facility at the high school. Last week, there was a committee of us that met with, we had 3 great options that applied for this project. My recommendation of those 3, my recommendation I'm bringing to you, and we do have 2 folks here, is Chris Woods Construction, Mr. Chris Woods himself, and Grant, if you all would come up to the microphone, please. We had 3 bids. This happened to not only be, in my mind, the best opportunity for a district, but also it was the least expensive. We're coming in at a little over $3.7 million, and so we're very happy for that. One of the things besides their work that they've done with other districts, they come highly recommended. Also, there's a personal connection with some of the folks that we'll be working with whose kids attend Arlington High School. And just overall, we're really excited about working with Chris Woods Construction. This will be our first project, and we're hoping that it'll be first of many. So with that, I did ask them to be here. I know oftentimes the board wants to ask questions of them. I don't know, Mr. Woods, if you want to say a little something before I open it up for the board?
Well, Tammy, we're flattered. But we are very excited about Arlington. You know, we've been in this area down on 70 since 88. Watched Arlington grow from Sam Wilson's store to what it is today, and it's an amazing growth here, and we're very proud of Arlington. So we're excited about the project.
Any of the board members have any questions or any comments?
How many working days would it take from start to completion, the estimate? Just round numbers, just curious.
I think our working day schedule that we submitted was 178 days, something in that range. We have committed to Ms. Mason and Mr. Ruff that we will be finished no later than October 1st
Next year?
of 2020.
October
2020.
2020?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I'm excited about this. This is a big project ahead. It'll be sitting out close to the street too, so get a lot of eyeballs on that for sure. So
We like eyeballs.
Yeah, a lot of eyeballs. A lot of eyeballs. So this is a big deal for our facilities going forward. Excited to have you guys doing that.
Yeah, just to remind the board, where multiple programs will be impacted by this facility. We have soccer, boys and girls soccer, we'll have girls softball, we'll have locker rooms, we'll have some coaches' office, as well as the athletic facility itself that'll be open to any of the sports. Of course, we'll prioritize those. So really happy about that and anxious to get started. I believe we're going to get started in early January. Initially, we were looking at early February, but they've committed, said they're ready to go. And so as soon as we get the contract signed, they'll be ready to go as soon as we get back from New Year's.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Look forward to working with you gentlemen.
Hey, we're looking forward to it
Yes.
too.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
We'll take good care of y'all too.
We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for
Yeah,
coming.
thank you
tonight.
very much.
Thank you,
Joey.
thank you.
Thank you for being here.
And so with that, it is my recommendation to approve construction management pertaining to Arlington High School indoor athletic facility and to grant superintendent the authority to negotiate the terms of related contract.
Okay, you've heard the superintendent's recommendation. You have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Had a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Ayes have it, the motion passes. We're headed to 10B.
Our next item on the agenda is Resolution 2019-27. This is our monthly schedule, amending the fee schedule for students with our field trips. You'll see this time of year, we don't have as many as we do in the fall and the spring. We do have 2 trips that have 2 fees associated with it, and so with that, both from the high school. And so with that, it is my recommendation to the board to approve Resolution 2019-27, amending the 2019-20 school fee schedule.
Okay, heard the superintendent's recommendation. Have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Ayes have it, the motion passes. And we'll move to 10C.
And the last item on the agenda is the budget planning and preparation calendar. We have typically, I've brought this to you in January after a discussion of the board. I've brought it to you in December. I have added one of the things that has been requested of the board is you physically getting a copy of the draft budget prior to the individual meetings. We have inserted that. If you look at April 6th, the highlighted areas has a contact with the board. So you see those that's bolded. If you look at April the 3rd, proposed budget provided to board members, that's on a Friday. We'll have that provided. We can either, I don't know, Merrick, if we'll be able to email that, if we'll have copies. My guess is you would rather have a hard copy so you can mark on it that those will be available for pickup on that date at the office. And so, and then Ms. Gore will be working with board members to schedule a meeting with Ms. Robertson, myself, sometime during the week of April 6th through 9th to go through. And so there'll be 2 touches there. And then we'll take any recommendations from those individual meetings, put them back in the budget. It will go up for inspection by interested citizens April the 21st on the website. May 5th, we'll have a work session to go through it again, make any additional changes that the board chooses. And then on May 19th, we will take it to the board for a final vote, and that will be the final approval. And after that, then we will deliver that to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for their approval on June 1st, and then to the Commissioner of Education by August 1st. Any questions about the budget preparation, planning and preparation calendar?
Looks good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks for putting that together.
Yes, I like it.
So do we need to approve this? Or?
So with that, it is my recommendation to approve the 2021 budget planning and preparation calendar.
Okay, you've heard the recommendation of the superintendent. Do you have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So we have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any discussion at all? Good, thanks for putting this together.
Well, I just appreciate Ms. Mason and Ms. Roberts taking care of this for us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and getting it to us before January, that's,
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of work, so thanks for doing that. That'll be a huge help. Thanks for all your work, everybody that's involved in that. So we, any other discussion? All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no? The ayes have it, motion passes. You have one more thing?
I do have one more thing I should have included in the superintendent's report, I'm sorry. In your folder, you should have a document that says prospect at the top, and it has small writing, it looks like this. We've talked about the Educational Business Partnership Foundation. I would ask that each of you look through this. These are the businesses that we are interested in contacting to partner with us. You'll see a lot of other information on who's going to be meeting with them and those kinds of things. What I am asking each of you to do is to look through, because remember, these are potential businesses that potentially could donate at a level that would name one of our facilities after their business. And so before we get too far into this with the business, I would ask the board members, because remember, that will come to you before the approval for anybody's approved to have their name on any of our facilities. So I would ask each of you to read through these potential partnerships, make sure that there's no business on here that you have concern about, that you wouldn't be willing to approve, so that we'll know that before we go there. If there are any of these businesses that you know or would like to go with us as our group of people go to talk to them about the opportunity to partner with us, please reach out to me and I will put you with them, and so that you can become involved in that process if you would like. So just reach out to me.
Good.
I noticed, and I don't know where it is, you saw that Methodist Le Bonheur has purchased St. Francis, so I see there are two separate items on this.
I just saw that a couple days ago, so we haven't had the chance to talk to Will yet. But yes, that's something that we'll need to alter. This is a working document. This is a working document. But please, if you could do that over the next couple weeks by the first of the year, and let me know, one, if you have any concerns with any of these businesses, and two, if you have a desire to become part of any of the visits with any of these businesses.
Good, it's like a good list.
Or if you have anybody to recommend that's not on this list that you think we could partner with. Thank you.
Is there anything else, that was just information for us? Okay, good, thank you. All right, with that, we'll move to number 11. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
So a motion to adjourn and a second. We are adjourned.